Hello, Narnach here. Welcome back to Grim Dawn. We are still in Misery, the single last level of the Steps of Torment. We just defeated the boss here and I went up and down to town to empty my pockets. Most of the items were not actually useful, with the exception of the body armor which I mentioned before. I'm intrigued by the lightning sphere which has a 5% chance to cast when I attack. It seems to do pretty good damage and it has a 2/3 chance to pierce through enemies, so this potentially will inflict quite some damage. While in town, I mentioned the ancient heart I found. I crafted Glacier, which was actually, it requires some materials, but it does seem very, very interesting. So it gives a maintained ability, so that's gonna be this one, Ice Surge, which I've already activated. It has a 15% chance of activating whenever I get hit, and it can cast once every 3 seconds. In a 3.5 meter radius it will do 1400 to 2400 cold damage, so that is massive. It will do 735 frostburn damage over 3 seconds and freezes targets for 1/2 to 1.5 seconds. I think this is gonna be pretty cool. I haven't tried it yet, but I think it's gonna be pretty cool. That said, we are standing here in front of this door and I have this skeleton key. So let's open it and see what happens. We can try all our new activated abilities here. So you can't open up gates here, and this will be a challenge area, or even more of a challenge area. Good thing is we are pretty darn overpowered. So we went from pain to misery to suffering. Suffering is even worse. Level 33 white mobs. 34 white mobs, so that's 35 in there, so that's 3 to 5 levels above me and they're just trash mobs. This means it's gonna be a challenge, but hey, I like a challenge. Let's see. The map suggests there is something here, but navigation suggests the map is not quite accurate. Or I'm missing something, which is also possible. Level 35. So the downside of ghosts is that they always seem to pop out of thin air. So they have a habit of backstabbing you, which makes it hard to clear areas and then always have a safe space to retreat to. Chamber of Souls, okay, that's one of the first event chambers. 37 Tenebris, that's 7 levels above me. Accompanied by Ether Rave the Corrupted, which probably was also a number of levels above me. Oh, another one. Harald's Dread the Damned, 37. Let's actually restore some stuff and find a better vantage point for this battle. Move over to this side, arcane lens. Now take out all the other things and then we fight the boss himself. Usually goes a bit better once you deal with all the distractions.
That skill's not ready.
As indeed seems to be the case. Oh yeah, next wave. Balgazar, Eternal Servant of Dreeg. I want to get out of here. Can't get too far out, but at least I don't want to be surrounded by them. There's a Death Revenant.
I can't do that yet.
Skeletal Monstrosity. Well, but the cool thing is, we're fighting epics that are 7 levels above us. And doing just fine. Achievement unlocked, the Death Room. We got a Devil Grin, which is a +1 to all skills in Occultist. The game really keeps trying to rub in every possible way that I'm not playing an Occultist. And Frozen Sky Shards, which is nice but not worth sacrificing a +1 to Panetti's. So back to Suffering, which sounds kind of weird outside of without context. Okay. Well, I have to say, no, the layered levels of defenses are working so far. The damage shield of Maven's Lens is pretty good. It seems pretty good. And just the sheer offense of power of this build so far is very, very satisfying. So 1, 2, 3. Now we got it maxed out at level 19, or at level 16 plus 3 levels, so it's 19 now. Also means that our mana consumption is not going to get much higher, which is good. Since then we know what to tune it for. I believe that the other skills, oh, they also add some energy cost to it. Okay, never mind. I thought this one was the one that added the most, but it is not. Also, the more XP we gain, the more our devotion bonus is gonna gain XP as well and level up and get stronger. Oh, we're surrounded. Let's back into a room over here just so create a little bit of distance. No. Yes, thank you. Stop throwing stuff at me.
I can't
Haunted Noble, and yeah. Haunted Noble becomes even more haunted. There's another small room. Nothing really here except for looking on the other side.
That skill's not ready.
Hello there, Grenadier Shoulder Guard. We already found that last episode, which was about half an hour ago. Yo. Would actually be nice if you could cause skills to cast just automatically, not by proccing off each other like you can do in Path of Exile. It would be nice to have the Frozen Sky Shards trigger as a passive. Also, this is a secret room. To trigger it as a passive from your Panettis. No, but its own time, a cooldown and things like that.
Can't do that yet.
That way you won't have your character yelling, "I can't do that yet," all the freaking time. Okay, seems like we dealt with whatever needed to be dealt with. So we don't do a slow and steady advance. And things are generally gonna be pretty good. Well, if you're not those guys. They are having the worst day. I can't imagine it getting much better. Let's see, yeah, this goes back to a blocked area. So there is something on the other side. Ah, that's another one of those traps that seems to just spawn the meteors. I like the sense of depth that you get. Let's see, staircase that is been blocked. And Harald's Dread the Damned. We already fought you a little bit ago in the Chamber of the Damned. Stop trying to murder me. Okay, murdered you. That's just karmic vengeance. You try to kill me, then I'll repay you for that favor. There is a Death Revenant in here. Again, we've seen that one as well.
Not ready.
I think they could do with more different epics. Just a large variety of epics for at least for the undead. I mean, if you're playing on veteran mode, then you get more epic spawns while playing. That's one of the things that makes veteran. It's just more difficult with extra epic spawns. Sometimes you can get like 3 or 4 epics at the same time, which it can be really cool, but it can also be extra challenging. And it's the extra challenging reason why you play it, of course. Okay, next area. There is a door ahead, I see on the minimap. But if you burn through the pool of epics faster this way, I wouldn't mind having a larger variety. So that within the same session you wouldn't see the same epic twice unless you really burn through the entire pool of enemies. Also, I am drinking mana like it's a soda. Okay, this door is blocked and leads further, so let's backtrack a little bit and clear out the other side, just to make sure that we get all the content out of this dungeon that we can. That was just this little bit. Okay. Actually, oh wait, we can track through here. Yeah, see, this is actually worth it because heroic chest, which triggers more summons. So more energy regen, definitely useful for this build. You never actually have enough. For a while I thought I did have enough. Naive me. Well, of course, all the passive abilities that I'm running, all 5 of them, they have some energy upkeep, so they burn through a fixed amount of energy every second as well. At least most of them do. Let's see, this is all clear tip. Okay, so this is one big wing from the looks of it, so we can just go through. This is gonna animate. Ilgor the Eternal. Letterbound Spellbook of Solal's Malice. That sounds occultisty to me. Also, priests and such. Let's take out the ad before the boss. Actually, the boss is doing a pretty good job of being taken out already. Once again, I find myself wishing for a movement skill. Also, you. Stop trying to murder me. Okay, that's them taken out, slowly burning through them. There's still a priest somewhere, since he gained life. Wow, I'm burning through him fast.
I can't do that yet.
Next wave. Oh, he is eternal, right?
My energy is low.
Oh, need more energy, sure, fine. Yes, we got him. Again.
I can't do that yet.
Yes. Storm Revenant, please die. Thank you. Well, that was interesting. Let's see, what's in this? What's in the book? Solal's Malice casts Doombolt, and from the damage numbers it looks like it's a pretty high level Doombolt. 5% chance on attack, 5-second recharge. Yeah, that's pretty decent. Boost vitality damage, chaos damage. This is very nice if you're an occultist. Game, why are you giving me occultist items? Can't you see I'm having fun with an Arcanist? Anyway, this was not something that opens, right? No. Okay. We walk around, we gather loot. That's what we do. That's why we're the hero. But nothing really over here. Just burn through them. Wait, I thought you were dead. Well, dead again. Or, okay, undead it gets confusing with terminology. Okay, need to shoot twice. Just look at how many of these vortices are just popping up all over the place. Theoretically, I think I can have up to 4, since they cast every 1.1 seconds. And they last for 5. So you can have about 4 up if you're really lucky. That was a mine there. And just going through all of these prisons one by one, just checking if there's nothing in the wall and the back wall. Apparition over there. And I think that was the final of these prisons. So we can go back and go to level 5. Oh no, that's 1 level up still. And then we take a left over here. Elemental Storm has reached rank 2.
I can't do that.
Also, we're level 31. Did I miss that? I think I missed a level up event. Let's check our skill points. Or was that the one where we boosted Panetti's to level 19? Yes, it was. Good. And this is also blocked. So that's a full clear. Next level. Anguish. That's 1 step up from misery. I think it's safe to say that whoever built this had some psychological issues. Would probably have benefited from seeing a professional rather than building a dungeon here. On the other hand, the fact that this dungeon is here means we actually have something to do. And there's lots of undead here. Need to recharge energy. Yeah, definitely having some energy issues. Also, I blasted the door here, but I still can't go through. What gives, game? What gives? That's just cheating. There's a flame revenant there, 38. Yeah, it's +7 still. Okay, let's check this room. Something's gonna spawn behind me, because of course they will. For now, let's ignore that and trace back to clear this bit. Double priest and a warlock, if I saw the colors correctly. Okay, what else is here? Just a metal strongbox. Also, there is loot down there, all the way down there. And if I clicked it, my character is actually gonna move, so it is pathable. Look! No hands. Oh, okay. That's where it goes wrong, I guess. Okay. I'm actually curious to see how the pathing goes. Okay, and we got body blocked, I think. Or is this a very naive pathfinder that just tries to get you to some place that's physically close, but not close enough? That was funny for a while, right? Just walking through half the level without actually clicking your mouse. Oh, priest in the back. Just look at the waves of skeletons coming in. There is loot up here. Or is that the merchant? That might be a merchant. Oh, this is a reflective guy. Gotta be careful with those. Mariskas, Wares of the Lost. Yeah, there's a merchant here. Okay. Took him out. Still hearing archers. Let's take it out first and then we have a chat with the guy. Wares of the Lost. So can I sell stuff to you? Yes, looks like it's good. Oh, cannot be sold. Recipe, bloodbound ointment. That's a long duration chaos resistance. I approve. Let's learn it, that's good. Wow. That's some pretty expensive high-end crafting materials. Attuned lodestone, for example, is pretty expensive. Let's see, these are just shields with retaliation damage. So all spectral shields. Pistol or crossbows, spectral crossbows. And here you get spectral weapons. So Shadow Strike, Alexstra's Freeze Rays. Or Flash Freeze. Shadow Strikes. Trojan Sky Shard and Wendigo Totem. That's a 200x for a Arcanist Shaman combo. These are just one-handed maces, but not the kind of skills I'm looking for. Now, if there's a +2 or a +3 to Panetti's, that's worth grabbing. In this case though, I am unlucky. No, we cannot sell anything here. Ghost does not have money, so interesting, but unfortunately not compatible with our build. Hello there. So I think that was the sound of bars shooting shots. Shotting shots, that sounds interesting as well. Ooh, double green. Let's see, not overly good. 4 energy per second, that's not bad. That's something I did lose from the old armor that actually did have energy regen on it. Okay. Double check the walls of the room again to see if there are any secrets I overlooked, and in this case it looks like I didn't. So move on. This level is just a series of challenge rooms that you can just progress through in order. We forgot one room up there, so obviously we go back. Ah, did you ambush yourselves? And that's it. This ambush was the gimmick of that bit. And most of these are now just dying before I can even read their nameplates. Okay, there's more spawns, okay. Something in there hurt. Ooh, and level 32. Nice. So we maxed out Panetti's, so now the plan is to level all of the support skills, and the next 6 levels will be leveling these out. And then in the end we will have one massively powerful skill. Oh, we of course have Devastation that we can put a single point in as well. At some point. Right, mine triggered. Or it just popped up and now you have a chance of actually getting out of its way. Right, there is a chest here. Is this what I... No, that's not what I saw from up there. But we know there is a secret area, or an uncharted area. Ooh, Stormstreak, Electrified, level 39. Yeah, that's +7.
I can't do that yet.
So the +7 and such, I keep referring to the relative level of the monster versus myself. Let's see, Scars of Battle, some kind of ointment, fire resistance ointment. Well, I don't really need it. A skeleton. Looks like another challenge room, because there's bars in front of it. So you go in, you get an interesting fight with something. Probably on the skulls. Oh. Something was scary as actor. As my life went low. Okay, another one. Gargantuan. Well, I'm just doing such a crazy amount of damage here that Gargantuans are not that scary, which in itself is pretty darn cool, since usually Gargantuans, hey, you have quite a bunch of life. Hello there. And we're running low on energy again, of course. Okay, so next up is, of course, where the heck was that hidden chest? Because we did see one from up above. Pretty darn confident that it was... Or was it this one that we from there saw it and the height difference made it look as if it were somewhere else? Might be, might be. Because from the looks of it, it looks like the walls are just impenetrable. Yeah, I think we stood on the other side there as well. Nothing. Yeah, that's where we ended. Okay, so there's that. Also, this leads nowhere. So we have a nice clean path onwards to the northeast. See what else we encounter. There's probably going to be some kind of end boss. Instead of just an interesting encounter in the previous areas, that we actually get a even more challenging boss. But so far, definitely getting value for the skeleton key. So if you have to craft it, then of course crafting materials go in, money goes in, and one single skeleton key comes out. So the fact that it's a number of levels above, there's lots of epics, there's a couple of battle rooms with with purples and multiple epics. And it does make it worthwhile to do this. And I believe you can do this at any level, since the monster levels are relative. This one is only, quote unquote, only 5 levels above me. Same as most of the other yellows. I'm starting to realize that if you have any form of epilepsy, you probably don't want to play this build, because it kind of lights up like a Christmas tree in a disco. As in lots of blinking pretty colors. And that it's not full circle, which is good. There's more content. I got a suspicion this is going to be an extra long episode. I'm very happy with the decision to make this a separate episode rather than just continuing from the previous one, because otherwise it would have been a tad on the long side. No complaints, but it's more practical to split an hour of content into 2 episodes rather than a single episode. As a viewer, I also appreciate having the content not go on forever, since then it's easier to watch an episode without having to commit like multiple hours to it.
Energy is low.
If you're gonna binge watch, then there's no real difference in watching 2 episodes of half an hour versus just watching a single hour. But
I can't do that yet.
what's happening here? Nothing. Okay. There's a priest in the back. Also, there's some rocks in the way. Okay, so there's a path over there.
My energy is low.
Let's actually go there first. And we can always just continue our circle. Also replenish our energy.
I can't do that yet.
And there is an orange strongbox all the way at the bottom of this thing. We got a whole ecto and some rubbish that's below our filter threshold. And let's see, another room, but we have something off to the side, so let's do that first. Frost Revenant, 7 levels above me. Bunch of buddies. And there is something big and scary over there. Volgar, the Ice Watcher. He's also frozen. So there is someone doing vitality damage. That's a warlock. Also, someone is trapping me. I really don't appreciate. Volgar. Okay, I think we accidentally killed Volgar by trying to kill his minions. This build. Short of Menhir. +2 to Menhir's will. Health regen. But it's an amulet, and we don't need a new amulet, unfortunately. Okay, so we still have a little bit to complete, and there's here a... What looks just like it's gonna be a boss fight. Alchemos, Lord Executioner, he's 8 levels above. Also, he uses Shadow Strike.
I can't do that yet.
I thought I was gonna be clever and use Reactor's Mirror, but... Cooldown.
I can't
It's
do
annoying.
that yet.
Long enough. Will he? No. He's
I
behind there.
can't do that yet.
Okay, got my mirror again. I wonder if I timed that just right or not. Oof, he hurts.
I can't do that yet.
Arr! Almost got him. Well, that was interesting. Nearly finished it, but didn't make it against the final boss. I think I had him down to about 10 or 20% as well. I probably made the mistake that I tried to make a final stand, so stand there and just cast him to bits without the running around, because though if I'm running I'm not doing damage and I give him the opportunity to use his shadow strike, so it felt like a bit like a trade-off, but yeah, I was too focused on his health bar and didn't know that he put that blue blue field on the floor, presumably some kind of cold field, which probably did be in since I was running pretty low on life. But anyway, we did a pretty good run. I enjoyed myself. We gained 4 blue items and a bunch of greens and a bunch of crafting materials as well, of course. Most notably a lot of bone corpse dust, which is good stuff. You need it in a lot of ring and amulet related materials. So next episode we're going to continue in Old Arcovia. Actually going to look after slaying Lutra the Abandoned. But for now, this is it. So thank you very much for watching. I'll see you again next time. Bye bye.